Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Doxa 1000T Tusa 30th Anniversary Limited Edition of 100 pieces. You can see this 2008 Special Series diving watch and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Tusa 30th Anniversary Limited Edition of 100. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, the watch has both a vintage aesthetic and ergonomic impression, and it makes both in pronounced fashion. It's difficult to describe this as a 44mm watch, even though on paper, from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock across the case, that is what you get, minus the crown. The watch wears smaller than that, but it also wears considerably taller than its 14.5mm, and you can see why. The way the crown's knurling flares out, it will be inclined to block sleeves. So though 14.5mm is hardly offensive by the standards of modern sports watch thickness, this vintage style timepiece with its cantilevered bezel will hang up your cuff. However, from lug to lug, it's incredibly compact, measuring only about 44.5mm from lug to lug, extremity to extremity across the case. The watch is almost as compact lug to lug as a 36mm Rolex Datejust on a strap, so the ergonomics of this one are a bit strange, but quite agreeable as long as you're not trying to fit it under a shirt. Because of its cushion-shaped case, it spreads its mass, which is substantial, quite evenly, so there are no hot spots or pressure points. The bracelet is superb, vintage-inspired, with alternating size links. You can see that the intermediate links give you plenty of daylight. As you can see through the bracelet, so too can moisture, sweat, and oils of the wrist escape on hot days. The bracelet is very nicely finished, and all sizing is done with screws, not pins and sleeves. So this is a high-grade and very substantial bracelet in spite of the abundant aeration and the comfort factor. Now the clasp is a single fold deployant with a milled out swing arm and a stamped body and a clamshell closure to keep it secure. It also features a large fold-out diving clasp so that you can easily extend over a dry suit, a wetsuit, or marine equipment. Also useful for extending over thick winter coats and sweaters for those of you who are armchair divers and prefer to stay high and dry. The watch was issued in 2008 as a Tusa 30th Anniversary timepiece, a limited edition of 100 pieces. It's difficult for me as a non-diver to say precisely what was being celebrated in 30th anniversary form, because Tusa, by the claim of its own website, was founded in 1952 in Japan. So roughly what was going on in 1978, I can't say, frankly. I'm a watch guy, not a dive guy, but perhaps you can fill me in the comment thread. What I can tell you is that the watch is redolent of 1970s styling features, from the high polish of the case flank to the satin finish of the lozenge-style cushion lug tops that actually flank the bezel itself. This is a watch that is very redolent of period inflections. In terms of its design, it does feature the signature decompression bezel, so you have two different calibration scales on the bezel. You can line up the index with the minute hand and use it as a conventional dive timer, but it also features decompression times corresponding to specific depths in feet. So not only do you have the decompression scale, but you have a traditional dive bezel all in one. A blue dial base. This watch is all of superluminova, predating Doxa's use of H3 tracer or tritium technology, so you don't have to worry over a period of 12 years and then 24 years, the watch passing through the half-lives of the tritium material. This dial will always be luminescent. Inside the watch is what I believe to be an ETA 2824 automatic caliber with 25 joules, a 4 Hz or 28,800 vibration per hour modern beat rate. What I can tell you without reservation is that it features hacking seconds, so you pull the crown and then you stop the balance, you halt the seconds hand, and now you can synchronize precisely to a known accurate reference time, such as an atomic clock or a dive timer. And of course there is a quick set for the date, such that you can rapidly cycle it should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month. This is a neo-vintage or retro-style diver that is every inch the contemporary dive watch, and at the same time features fantastic period of flair, courtesy of the 1970s. This is a robust alternative to pure sports watches, cuts a distinctive profile that's quite honestly recognizable from across the room. So this is a choice from outside the orthodoxy of the Super Oceans, the Seamasters, and the Submariner. You can see and you can purchase this unorthodox choice on our website.